Hello! So, today we're here to talk about skincare, and I haven't done a skincare video in such a long time. I know a lot of you wanted me to do one, and by the way, if you do like skincare, I just relaunched my blog, and it's gonna have a lot of topics on it, but it's gonna be mostly skincare for sure. So let's get to it! So this is a part 2. If you haven't watched part 1, I'm gonna link it here and also below. So basically what we're gonna do, we're gonna take products from the Ordinary brand that are very affordable and compare them to their more expensive dupes. I'm just gonna tell you how I feel about them, which one I prefer, which one I think is worth investing in. I'm not an expert in ingredients. I know a little about it. I'm not an expert on it, and I will never claim to be. What I do in these types of videos is I tell you how I feel about the product, and I tell you the results I feel using the product. So as someone commented, oh, she knows nothing about ingredients, it's all about how it feels on the skin, I'm gonna watch Stephanie Nicole. Stephanie Nicole knows a lot about ingredients. If you also want to know a lot about ingredients and stuff, you can check out Carolyn Hirons. We'll talk a little bit about ingredients, but to me, what's most important above all is results, so that's what I'm going to talk about. And also I'm going to talk about different textures, how they feel on the skin, and everything like that. So if you are my type of person, or you just want to see what I'm talking about, let's jump into it. Because it's going to be a long video, I'm going to have timestamps below to every of the dupes. So every time I switch to a new product, gonna be a timestamp below, just in case you just want to check out one or two. The first one I'm going to talk about is the Hyaluronic Acid. I talked about this one last time as well, and I compared it to the Drunk Elephant Hydro one, the SkinCeuticals B5, and also the Hyalomid one, the pink one. Glossier hadn't yet come to the UK, so I had no chance to try it, because I know that Glossier, their 3 serums are very often compared to 3 of the Ordinary serums. So right now we're talking the Ordinary Hyaluronic Acid 2% plus B5 against the Glossier Super Bounce Hyaluronic Acid plus vitamin B5. I don't know if you can tell, but this bottle is almost to the top and this bottle is almost empty. If you're on a tight budget, I definitely recommend that you go for this. It's such a money saver, and they're really not that far apart in terms of results, but I do slightly prefer this one. This one also doesn't have hydrogenated castor oil, which a lot of the Ordinary serums do have. Some of them don't, but this one does. And I know that breaks some people out. In texture, I feel like this is tackier, but in terms of results, I just feel like this one gives an extra bounce to it, and maybe the name is appropriate. But if you're looking for an affordable option, I'd still very much recommend this one. It's really good, and as soon as I finish this one, I'll probably go on this one a lot too, So now we're gonna go into the second most famous pair, which is the Ordinary Niacinamide 10% plus Zinc 1%, and the Glossier Super Pure, which is niacinamide plus zinc. It doesn't say the percentage, but you know. I feel like this one is a little better than this one. I really prefer this one a lot more, especially if you have oily skin, because it's very liquid, again, sinks in super fast. This one is more of a gel type of situation. But again, if you're on a budget, this is still a very, very good second option. They feel similar, they're not that different. I'm just a very picky skincare person because I have loads and loads and loads of products. So if I have both at my side, I'm gonna pick the Glossier. But let's say this month I don't have as much money and I'm running it out, definitely still get this. Or if I'm just starting out my skincare routine and my skincare arsenal, definitely very good still to have. Moving on, and I still want to talk about the zinc one. I ran out of the Alpha Arbutin one, but I did mention it in my last video, I think. Oh my god, I didn't. I did have the Alpha Arbutin one, but I ran out of it and I didn't keep the bottle, and I'm an idiot. But basically, we have this Oskia London Renaissance Bright Light Intensive Pigmentation and Dark Spot Treatment. This is basically a serum that has both zinc and niacinamide, but also has alpha arbutin, so it's a 2-in-1 sort of situation. It still ends up being much more expensive than this and the alpha arbutin put together. Again, I do prefer the Oskia one. With the alpha arbutin one, I never saw much difference. I don't know if it's because of the product, or I know if it's because it was just that one ingredient that I didn't notice made any difference. I don't know if in this one the mix-up of the 3 ingredients makes it more potent and works better, but it does work better. I feel like this one works a lot better on spots. It does have a slightly oilier feeling than the others. The others are more gel-like, goopy-like. This is very, very liquid. If you want to get the other 2 and just mix them up, you can. 2 drops of one, 2 drops of the other, and just... I'm saying just in terms of like the experience of applying it and also the absorption and also results, I do prefer the Oskia one. And I want to get in vitamin C. In the last video, I compared their vitamin C, which I don't have because I got rid of it because I can't. Their vitamin C suspensions, 23% plus HA spheres of 2%. I could not get along with it. It was very gritty. It made my skin very irritated. It didn't layer well with other skincare, basically. The texture was very silicone-y. I did compare it to the Drunk Elephant vitamin C, which I don't like either, but I felt like it's a little bit better in terms of texture, and to the Sunday Riley CEO, which I still have and love and absolutely love. Ever since then, The Ordinary have come up with other types of vitamin C. One of the criticisms was that the vitamin C in the CEO wasn't the same type of vitamin C that was in The Ordinary. That's completely valid. Again, I'm not an expert ingredient, but to me, vitamin C is vitamin C, so what I really want to see is results and have a nice experience using the product. But that's a totally valid claim. And they actually did release that type of vitamin C that the CEO has, which is called the vitamin F, that transforms into vitamin C when applied to the skin. I feel like that's what it's like. I don't know how to read this. Ascorbyl, Tetraisopalmitate, solution 20% in vitamin F. It also says like below in tiny letters, high strength, oil solubilized vitamin C derivative in vitamin F. So this is a more accurate comparison than the one before. I did try it out. I do like this a lot more than I like the other vitamin C, the Spheres one. That was just horrible for me. And this is a much, much more pleasant experience. I feel like this, though, in terms of texture, is a little bit more similar to the Drunk Elephant one because it's kind of like an oily solution, whereas this is more of a milky cream. I do still prefer the CEO, but I do recommend this if you want to get a vitamin C out of their whole vitamin C range, which is huge now, the Ordinaries. I definitely recommend the vitamin F one because for me, in terms of texture and results, it's the best one. They also came out with a vitamin C suspension, 30% in silicone. But I hate it just because I don't like silicone-y textures. It feels like you're applying like a pore smoothing primer, which is not what I want to feel when I'm applying skincare. Then everything that I put on top is not going to be easily absorbed, and that's what happened with the other vitamin C as well. So honestly, I don't really jam with this texture. They also just recently came out with vitamin C powder that you can add to every single one of their products. So I don't know if that's something that interests you, but I'm gonna link it below as well. Because the thing around vitamin C is that it's very perishable and it isn't stable in most solutions. So you have to find tricky ways to make it still active. And that's where like the vitamin C powder comes in, because you just put it on the thing and it's still active. I don't really like the sound of powder. I don't know if it's gonna be gritty, hopefully not. Also wanna give another mention that, again, in terms of ingredients, has nothing to do with vitamin C, but I wanted to mention as an anti-spot and brightening serum. We have the Caudalie Vinyl Perfect Serum, the Radiance Serum Complexion Correcting. And I wanted to mention this, why? Because this has no sort of vitamin C, but has a very special ingredient called viniferin. So all of the Caudalie products come in a way from grapes. Grape water, grape extract, grape seed oil, anything that is from grapes is Caudalie basically. So they have this serum that has viniferin, and they say in studies that they conducted, so I don't know how credible they can be, but they say it can be up to 62 times more powerful than vitamin C, which is a high like assumption to make. In any case, I really do love this serum. This is, I think, my third bottle of the serum. It's a very, very good serum. It's my favorite serum to wear in the summer because it's anti-spot, but at the same time, it doesn't have vitamin C and it doesn't have all those things that can make your skin more sensitive to the sun. When you use like vitamin C, any kind of acid, any kind of ingredient that's gonna brighten up, they do tell you to layer on that SPF. So when I'm going on vacation and I'm in direct sunlight every single day, this is the serum I prefer to use only because it doesn't make my skin as photosensitive as the others. I still do feel like it works really good on spots. It's hard to know which one works the best, but for me, my favorite two anti-spots are definitely these two. There isn't really a dupe in the Ordinary range, but I just want to give it an honorable mention. And we also gotta talk about the Glossier Vitamin C, of course. So this is the Glossier Super Glow Serum, Vitamin C plus Magnesium. I really like this. Again, because it's such a weird ingredient that goes bad very fast, it's hard to put it in a nice, enjoyable to wear texture. And I feel like the ones that I enjoy the most are the vitamin F ones. If it is vitamin C, it's better than all the others because it's a very liquidy liquid, sinks in super fast. It feels a little slightly oily, but not as much as the Drunk Elephant one, for example. If we take the Caudalie completely out of the equation, I'd say it's first the CEO, then the Ordinary vitamin F, and then the Glossier, and then all the other vitamin C. Basically, I just wouldn't touch them. I know a lot of people like them, I hate them. The last time around, I talked about the Ordinary Glycolic Acid 7% toning solution. So I compare it, I know, at least to the Pixi Glow Tonic, which is 5%, and one of my Paula choices, which is 10%. But ever since, I have two others that kind of chimed in. First, we have the Nip and Fab Glycolic Fix Liquid Glow Extreme 6%. So I'm not going to talk about any pads here because I feel like that's another whole type of solution, and if the Ordinary ever does pads, then I'll talk about it. 7% and this is 6%. Although I do feel like this feels a little bit harsher on the skin. Between the two of them, I do like this one a little bit better. If you have skin that is very rough, that doesn't get irritated easily, maybe you like this. It's one of those solutions that's more harsh, that's more towards teenage skin, so it tightens up the pores a little bit more, even though it is alcohol free. It's not a bad product at all. I just prefer this a little bit better. This one though has glycolic acid and a little bit of lactic acid as well, and salicylic acid. And we also have the Cosrx AHA 7 Whitehead Power Liquid. I had this the other time around. I didn't want to mention it because I know that in Europe, it's not that easy to get your hands on Cosrx. I don't know why. I feel like they should have made their way here so much sooner. But I know that a lot of my audience is from the US, so I decided to include it this time around. This is 7% and this is 7%. They're slightly different textures. This is a bit more essency, that's why it comes in a pump as well. And this is way more liquid. I feel like you could maybe wear this daily, or if you have sensitive skin like me, like every other day. And this, I feel like for me would be a twice a week or 3 times a week type of thing, just because it's more, I feel like it works a little bit harsher. Just as I explained with the Paula's Choice 10%, even though this is 7%, I don't know why I feel like it's a little bit stronger. So this does sensitize my skin a little bit more, but I love them equally. This was bound to come on. This is the AHA 30% plus BHA 2% peeling solution. 10-minute exfoliating facial. And then we have the Drunk Elephant TLC Sukari Baby Facial 25 AHA, 2% BHA. Just in terms of acids, this is a little bit stronger. I feel like Drunk Elephant prides themselves in making acids more usable on sensitive skin. So what they do usually in their formulations is they add a lot of really good ingredients, really hydrating and soothing ingredients, and then sneak in the acids, like, you know, you're getting it, but you're still soothing. What I can say is, before I was on Accutane, this used to sting a little bit, not too much, just, you know, that sting that you know it's working, not like fire, I need to get it off, just a little tingling, and this would not. While I was on Accutane, both of them were very uncomfortable to use. I'd say this is a little bit more gentle, but not like too much. So, again, I feel Drunk Elephant do hike up their prices a lot. I love their products, I really do. The only one I don't like is the vitamin C one. All their other products I absolutely love, I just think they're overpriced. Do you know what I mean? I especially love their Lala Retro Cream, and that's the only one that I feel like I would pay that money for it, because all the other ones I feel we have so many other dupes for it and options for it, especially the Framboos one, the vitamin C. I feel like it's a whole new thing because it's so different from all the other vitamin C products I've tried. So I feel like if you like it, I get why you'd pay for it. But the Framboos one, I don't. I feel like it's not that gentle. On my sensitive skin, it still tingles a little. In this one, go for this one. Also, if you have really sensitive skin, I don't think you'll be able to use this. Just saying from my Accutane type of phase. Now we're going to oils, and we're talking about retinoids. So the last time we talked about the retinoid product and the retinol product. So before we get into retinoids are different than retinol, so I explained that in my past video, but just a short runner-up. Retinol is the pure form, retinoid is a new kind of sister to it that is a lot gentler but is said to be just as powerful. Some people disagree with that. Some people agree with that. It's kind of more what suits you. I like to use both and kind of mix it up a little bit. We're talking about retinoids, so this is the gentler version of that. And I did compare the retinoid product to the Sunday Riley Luna, but ever since then, they came out with their own oil retinoid, which was smart of them. It's a Granactive retinoid 5% in Squalane. I don't remember if I ever found out. I remember that I didn't know while I was shooting, but I think I found out after, so I put it here below. Or I couldn't ever find out because they're not transparent. I feel like you should always be transparent about acids, about active ingredients in general, especially about retinoids and retinol. Look, if you always wanted to try Luna, but you felt like it was just too expensive, definitely give this a shot. This is still very good. If you're a beginner to retinoids, yes, still go for this. If you're a beginner to retinol and retinoids, you don't want to go all out and then you don't know if it's gonna agree with you, so definitely go for this one or the normal retinoid 2%, which I still really, really like. If money isn't a boundary, I'd still go for my Luna. You guys know I love this product. And I know that the blue is artificial and all of that, but I still really, really like it. Just a lovely mention, there's also a gentler version of this, which is a 2%. So this is a 5%, there's a 2% on the market as well. So if you're a beginner, maybe try the 2%. And they actually also have retinol in Squalane oil. And I think they have 0.2, 0.5, and 1%. But yeah, I'll link everything below. In terms of other oils, the Ordinary one at the very end has a little bit of jojoba oil, which is still very good for oily and acne prone skin, so I think they did this job very, very well. When it comes to the Sunday Riley one, it's a mix of so many oils. I think they're trying to confuse you so you don't think about the percentages and stuff. I feel like I love Sunday Riley, but I hate them because they don't tell me the truth. So we have the Ordinary 100% plant-derived Squalane oil, and then we have the Indie Lee Squalane facial oil. They're both very similar, and to be honest, this is one of those where I can definitely say they were a dupe for each other. Squalane oil, I don't know if you tried it, but it's very silky, it sinks into skin super fast, very lightweight, and it has like a smoothing sort of finish, and they are very, very similar. I'm not saying this isn't more high quality, or maybe the standards in which the oil was extracted were a bit more sophisticated or were a bit more ethical. I don't really know. I think The Ordinary is a pretty ethical company as far as we know. I mean, there has been a lot of drama lately over the social media account, so I don't really know what's up. For these two, I definitely go with The Ordinary because they're very, very similar, and I cannot find like a difference in results, and the texture is very, very similar as well. So the last time we talked about, I think the only oil we talked about was marula oil. So now we've done Squalane oil. I think the most remembered brand when it comes to rosehip oil to me is Pai, because I think it was the first time I've heard of rosehip oil and how it would help acne scars, how it would just make it better for acne people. But there's also another brand that I've tried. They also do rosehip oil. It's one of their cult products and I really like it as well, but I feel like the pie is a little bit better. The pie one is a little bit thicker and I feel protects my skin a little bit more and elasticizes my skin a little bit more so it doesn't scar as much. And I do feel like it's a great ally if you're fighting acne and also if you're going through Accutane, because it's very good at making your skin flexible so that you don't get as many scars, and also at keeping your skin protected against, you know, every aggression, because your skin is very sensitive and very dehydrated and very dry and very flaky and very mess. It is a thick oil and some people do break out from it. I don't, fortunately, so do a patch test, maybe wear it for a week and see how it feels. Compared to the Ordinary one, I feel like the Ordinary did a really good job. So I feel like this one is closer to the Trilogy one that I don't have, so I can't show you the texture. Thinner, it sinks in faster. Maybe if it's a softer, thinner version of it, you won't break out from it. For me personally, I like the thick oil, so I do like the pie a little bit better. I miss so much, I know. I feel in my heart that I missed so much things that I wanted to say, but here we are. And I also wanted to address the kind of drama. What do you think about the drama in the Ordinary kind of spectrum of things? I don't know if you're aware of this, but there has been a lot of drama surrounding the Ordinary's, actually DECIEM's Instagram page. So Brandon, the CEO and founder of the company, kind of took over their social media account and started posting really personal things and maybe being a little unprofessional. It was so weird. And the thing that is most weird to me is that they were just bought out by Estée Lauder, and I know that they said, and there was a whole clause in which Brandon would still keep decision-making process his own and everything would be in his charge. They would just be like a financial aid, but still, with a company as big as Estée Lauder, how has no one stepped in and been like, yo, dude, this is maybe not okay? I think the lowest point of it all was one post that was deleted by now. A post where he actually announced that the Esho line, the lip balm, was not being carried out anymore by DECIEM, and actually he did it in a way where he announced it to us, the public, and that was the first time that Dr. Esho actually heard about any of this. So he was also being tagged a lot because it was so unprofessional. So yeah, tell me what you think about that drama. Does it affect the way you think about the company, DECIEM, The Ordinary in general? Does it? I mean, it's not like I'm gonna stop buying from them, but I'm definitely gonna keep a close eye on how things develop. It's really weird, and let me know your thoughts in the comments as well about that. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you made it to the end and you haven't watched the first part, go watch it right now, because what are you doing? Yeah, let me know what you'd like to see more from me. If you'd like to see more skincare bits from me as well on YouTube, but definitely go check out the new blog. It's newly launched. It's so cute. I know there's gonna be a lot of things you want to criticize and comment about, so the comment section is open. Just don't be rude. Be polite and let me know how I'm wrong in a polite way, okay? See you in the next one.